Welcome back to another Matthumanpizza video. In this video, we're working on a 1997 Ford Aspire. Ford Aspire. Aspire to be, I don't know. Aspire to be, I don't know. So, we're going to venture our way down to the oxygen sensor, which is down here. It's down here. So you can go underneath and put on a special, well, actually, I was going to take this heat barrier, whatever it's called, but I think I'm going to do something else. So I'll take this electrical connection off here. I didn't take it off, I just pulled it off the bracket. Actually, no, I didn't break it. Just pulled it off the bracket. Push this in. I would think it's usually something stupid like that, but anyway, get that pulled out. Alright, so that's pulled out. Now I can slip a oh, look at this. This is fancy. Look at that. Off the bolt. Off that bolt. Around like a metal ring. Fancy. Wow. Look what we gotta do. We gotta go around and around. Ooh, that's fancy. Wow. Now we just get a special socket and slip it over. And then I'm gonna go get one right now. I'll be right back at you. Couldn't fit this socket. I got two different size sockets that have the internal like rubber stop, so it doesn't damage the oxygen sensor. But I'm just going to go the long way and start. I don't want to get my hands all dirty. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh, you wore the glove that got away.
Alright, took off four or five bolts. I'll show you where they're at. 3, 4, 5 bolts. Alright, so we got the heat shield off. And down here is the O2 sensor, and I'm going to get a wrench and try to wrench it off because I don't have this special socket that you can put over top of it. I'll put a link in the description for one of those sockets if I can find one. If not, then the link won't be in the description. But anyway, so now, before you do all this, disconnect the battery. I don't have the battery in this car. I've torn a whole bunch of components off already. But you can access this without, you might have to take off the intake and all that jazz, but basically you can go in from underneath down there and you can reach it, but I'm going to try to get a wrench on there, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, 7/8 is the wrench of choice, and you just slip it over and wiggle it until you get it on there, and now you just gotta break it. Well, not break it, but the best way to do it is to hit it with a mallet. If you don't have a mallet like this, then use a breaker bar, which I'm about to do. And a breaker bar, if you're not aware, is just a big old pole that you slip over the wrench, if it'll fit. It should fit. Maybe not. No, that's not. It might. Yeah, that'll fit. So you get, the longer the arm, it's physics, the more torque. And it loosened. That's good. Alright. Alright, a little tip is to get a bigger wrench and to put it on top of this wrench. It'll give you extra leverage. And I already loosened this. It took forever, but I got it loose. And then go, ooh. That's a little tip to gain leverage. So this oxygen sensor finally came out rusted. You might use some penetrating oil. Use some penetrating oil before you try to get that off, because I had to, well, if it's an old O2 it's already damaged, so you won't have to worry about it. You can just cut the cord and try to get off with a long, deep socket, 7/8 inch standard unit. But this, not sure what the metric equivalent is, but so that's how you take it off. And installation is reversal of removal. So you put it back on there, and I'm not sure what the torque specs are, and then connect that back up, and you are good to go. Alright, let's get the thumbnail ready, and this has been another Matthumanpizza video. Have a great and wonderful day. Hot day. That's a big old wrench. I use the 1 1/16. If you use a wrench that's bigger, one size or two size or three size, it'll work. You just gotta put it over top of it, and it'll work. I was gonna find an example. Trying to find a spot to hang this one with. Well, I already showed you, so you just have that down and put this on top. It just gives you extra leverage. Alright, this has been another Matthumanpizza video. If you need a video on how to remove or install a part on the Ford 1997 Aspire, you've come to the right channel. I got tore down Mazda 626. I tore down Ford Contour / Mercury Mystique. Got some videos on Chevy Equinox, videos on RAV4, Dodge Neon, just a couple of those, and a couple other types of videos, but that's mostly car repair. Alright, have a great day.